Welcome to episode 67 of Theater School Rechecks podcast.
Shit, when I came in, you were on like, I don't know, 20 or something. Has it been so
Well,
long?
we've been doing about one a week,
Wow.
so it's been going on for about a little over a year.
Wow.
Fantastic. Congrats, man.
Thanks.
What are you up to, like 8 listeners?
Depends. No, I took like the fours of listeners because like
Roast keeps going.
there was like I think the last one we did was had like 33 clicks. It's all on YouTube.
Nice.
So, but I don't know who's repeat viewing.
That'd be 8 times more than I've got. So
Well, you gotta build it up, right? Anyway, I'm joined by Amanda the therapist, Mike Chupa,
Yes.
and Felize G. Some really good comics, had some really good sets. Amanda loved the roast battle.
Thanks.
great job.
I'm getting better at being mean. You're turning me. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Come to the dark side.
I'm slowly creeping over, so
Well, you were like, Jigglepuff, it's on.
that one caught me off guard. I'm like, okay. I know
That
I
one
said
did
fat
kinda-
jokes were fine, but
I
I'm
know,
like,
but it
whoa,
kinda
that
did.
was low.
I don't even know what Jigglepuff
I
looks
don't know
like.
what that is.
A giant
Like a
fucking
bubble gum
bubble
thing.
with like a sperm curlicue on his head. It's like the Steak Puft Marshmallow Man for Pokemon. And that's what I was like, oh, I see.
It's on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, when I do the roast battle, I was like, this is what's off limits. I'm like, if it's in my set, if it's on Facebook, it's okay. You know, I don't want you like finding out what I did in 4th grade, you know.
No, it's okay. I figured he was gonna do something with pink. I told him.
It's really cute.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
cute one.
Yeah, but it's adorable,
super
but like,
It's a
yeah.
chunky one, so I'm like,
Super cute.
alright.
Please, bam, work on the phone. All right, let's see what Jigglepuff, what's it all about? What is this Jigglepuff?
No, I told you it's a
Nice.
cute one. That's why I'm like, if it wasn't so cute, I'd be pissed at you right now.
That was good, but you're also like, it's on.
Yeah.
And,
I
you
think
know.
you could take it, actually. I think you could.
Well, Richard told me that he helped you ghostwrite a couple of those.
Well, because I asked him, I'm like, what do I do? And he goes, well, he's hairy like a zoo animal, so go with that. I'm like, all right. And then he messaged me another one last night about the comic book men.
That
I'm
one,
like,
I knew that
I'll
one was.
go
I
with
recognized that
I'm
one,
like,
and I always like the way you did this. About so she did hers, and she's like, I'm informed,
yes.
like me, like to a judge. Well, my client says, I have no idea if this is true. My client says they did 4 days in custody.
Well, and because he messaged me, he goes, I'm too stoned to write you a joke, so here, this is all you got. I'm like, I'll figure it out.
Well, your closing joke was great.
Yeah, that was
really
super funny.
What was that one?
that cinched it right there.
Oh, the one about his bong getting washed more than he does.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
All they gave me, they're like,
That
he
was
smokes a
mic
lot
drop.
of-
Bam.
Yeah. They go, he smokes a lot of weed. I'm like, okay, I got this. I saw his profile picture. I'm good.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't need to know that. What about you, Felice? You got anything coming up? Anything you want to promote to our Forza listeners?
What do I have? I've got the U.S. Comedy Contest.
Oh,
There's
up in
a
Van
wild
Nuys?
card semifinal. It's in no, it's up in L.A. It's at Sal's Comedy Hall,
Oh.
February 4th.
So, where's Sal's? Like
It's in Fairfax. It's on Melrose.
West Hollywood, or?
Yeah, it's like. Do you know where the Groundlings is? The Groundlings Theater.
Well, that's right Hollywood. Then.
It's like right next.
Well,
to
I'm like,
Holocaust.
I'm like, well, the first thing I want to do is there parking? You know, so like, I'll go to North Hollywood, like if you're gonna do
Yeah.
like the Haha Cafe, or like even West Hollywood, like if it's maybe the Comedy Store, or like that's kind of putting it. But there's a couple places at West Hollywood where parking's not that bad, and it's like.
actually street parking.
There's street parking. There's
Yeah,
also
residential.
a parking
But is there
lot.
is it open? Like, I know there is street parking, but is it available?
Yes,
There's
one
also
block
a
down.
parking lot just a block and a half down. That's where I always park when I go there. It's a
So
good
you've been
safe
there?
place. Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
Mike
competed?
is going on Monday. He's
Well,
got
you know
the,
what? They rescheduled me, so I don't know. It's probably gonna be the 21st.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but you made the semifinals too?
No, it'll be my first shot at doing the U.S. Comedy Festival.
I think I'm gonna try for it too.
You should, man.
Yeah, do it.
You do well. It's a fun place.
Yeah.
If
No.
man, congrats on making the semifinals.
Thank you.
I think Mario won something there, right? Or
He did. Yeah. He's doing the. I think he did the 2 year and under category.
Yeah.
There are 2 categories. There's like 2 year and under, and then there's headliner. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do the headliner
Yeah.
one. You know.
Well, how long have you been doing comedy for?
Just about 2 years.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
mean that's
could've
nice.
Gone
You're
either way.
I'll go.
You know, but,
Go both ways.
yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
You hear your set, you're like, I hit on her too.
Although it's like I got into comedy and then I don't know about you guys, but it's like I got in and I just stopped for months and then I'm like, okay, I'll get back in and then it comes in waves.
Well, I did a set because a friend of mine, who was like has a magic shop and a bowling alley. He's like, I convinced the manager to like do stand-up comedy. He's like, you want to do that? I've never done a set before, and so I went and did like it was supposed to be a 5-minute set, but there was no one giving me the light, so I did 15 minutes because I don't have a stopping point. And so eventually someone in the back said, get the fuck off the stage. And I was like, okay, apparently I'm done. And I didn't do any comedy like for like years, and then I was like, okay, and then I started doing open mics because I was like, okay, I really want to get into comedy.
Nice.
So like I sort of a start and stop. I did once, then like a 3-year hiatus, and then, but it was only because like I had concerns about the whole open mic thing, and I've been putting it off, and now it's like okay, and well, a friend of mine actually got cancer. That's how to preface it, right? But she's like, so I want to confront my fears, and I want to do stand-up comedy. So like I went and really looked into open mics because I was like, okay, I looked at it kind of like desultory in a way, but then I was like, okay, let's find some open mics, and then we went and hit up some open mics. Not at the same time, but we both started hitting open mics, and then she got booked at Flappers before I did, and then she did it, and I was like, I'm producing shows, I got spots for you, because she beat the cancer.
Oh,
And she's like, no, I just want to face my fears, I'm good. I'm like, so it didn't get in her blood the way it did with me. And Amanda,
You guys got me. Yeah.
it's in your blood.
It's my way out. Yeah, no. They dragged me into it.
No, we did, but I mean,
They convinced me.
we to do one set, but I mean, you've been more than willing to come back.
Yeah, I've been doing it less than a year. I
Have you
don't know.
started heckling your clients?
In my head, I am, but out loud, I'm like, nope, that's right. You're at work today. You have to be nice. The ones that are lighter hearted, yeah. I joke with them all the time.
But are they making it into your set? Are they like?
No, I'm not legally allowed to do that, so that's why I.
Can you do like a composite?
I can't, because if somebody were to watch it, they might think I'm talking about them, and I break confidentiality. So that's why most of my sets are about my own personal bullshit, because nobody can say anything about that.
Nice.
So I keep all of their stuff in there, but I can't tell you when we're joking. I make them laugh.
Nice.
So
I mean, I have a similar confidentiality thing, but I think like if I just say like not what the case is or where it is, just like as abstract as possible, like you know, a text with the word murder in it, or like pointed a shotgun in the direction of the baby daddy. Those are two things that actually happened.
Yikes.
Those as vague as.
but yours becomes public knowledge. Mine
No,
is
but, like-
never public knowledge.
No, I know it's
That's why
confidentiality.
I
It's a different
keep
kind of it's a different kind of thing. But like, you really can't trace back if someone pointed a gun at someone's baby daddy. Just, well,
Sadly,
I know who that is. There's a lot of people that covers that description.
No, but I really like this. I encourage
Really
a lot
happened.
of my clients to do stuff.
Really
like
happened.
this, so.
Awesome.
And
That's
he
why
was
I jumped into
offended
it.
that they were charging him and wanted him to go to jail for it.
Really?
He's like, I didn't do anything.
Oh man.
Yeah, you still defended him and got him out of it, correct?
Well, I didn't get him out of it. We ended up going to prelim and then him subbing out. He didn't want to go to trial on it. I'm
Is
like,
this breaking your confidentiality?
well, again, I'm not telling what court it went to, or you have no idea who this person is. If I gave his name, you'd be like, oh, that's sort of not cool. But there was a client who kind of sort of pointed a gun at his girlfriend's baby daddy.
Yikes.
And we did a prelim hearing, and he did not retain me for trial. Because with a felony case, usually you there's 2 stages. You get retained through the up to prelim hearing, because a lot of cases resolve at that point, and then if not, then through trial.
Yikes.
Well, he talked me into it because I went to one of his sets at, was it not Burbank? It was the other Flappers. Where's the other one?
Claremont?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You
We
guys
went
came
there.
out. That was the first time you came out.
I was
Oh, yeah.
watching a set, and I don't remember what they were doing. They were doing something, and he asked me what I drank. And I said, whatever I can drink to forget. And I mean,
No, that wasn't me.
That
Another
was-
comic.
no, the other
Another
comic,
comic
yeah.
tried to heckle.
They were
Tried
rolling
to
on
let
the
heckle, but like
floor.
tried to bring her in. And he's like, let's bring Amanda into this.
Nice.
She looks helpless.
and so I did my mom thing. I just snapped back, like, oh,
Nice.
all right. And then they thought it was funny, so they kept bugging me for like 2 months. I'm like, fine. What the fuck? What's the worst that could happen?
Which was your set?
Yeah, that was my whole set. That's one of my whole sets is about what the fuck. What's the worst that could happen?
That's awesome.
So,
But this was good. This is all Christmas. This is Christmas mom, the unfiltered perspective. I don't see my kids for 4 days.
Glorious.
26th through the 1st of January. I don't see him. And I don't care. It's called lazy parenting. As long as the house isn't burning down and I hear them step into the kitchen to pick up some food.
All right, well, I'm not
good.
telling the guy I just debated with on Facebook that, because he's like, no, women raise the men.
Mine are girls, so it would be okay. I'm raising girls.
So you were saying that you were a dentist today, right? What'd you get? Anything? Any good dentist material?
No, not really. I like this dentist because I've gone to a couple that tried to convince me I had a cavity when I didn't.
Yikes.
And they were ready to drill my teeth.
Ay.
Yeah, but I've never had a cavity in my life, so touch wood. So I just was not convinced. So I ended up going for a second opinion, and they're like, "Nope, you're good."
Scams,
Yeah,
dental
yeah.
scams. Did you? That's malpractice.
Yeah, well, I it's crazy because it's like I want to do jokes about this, and I think about how many people have fillings in their mouths that probably don't need them.
Wow.
Well, and I have one. I've never used it, but I went for an emergency because my tooth was just driving me crazy and needed to be pulled. So you know how like when you go to the grocery store or something very last minute before it closes, they're all pissed off at you because they're ready to go, or like a restaurant where like you're there 10 minutes before they close and like, fuck, we're still open.
Yeah.
Apparently that goes through the dentist's office too. So I'm like, don't fucking go to the dentist before they're about to close because the whole experience, this lady was pissed off at me because I wasn't doing her job and holding these pieces so she could move faster. And I'm like, dude,
Geez.
just pull the fucking tooth so I can go.
Man.
I've just never turned it into material. But that was, I was
I've
sitting
never had
there
an
the whole time.
interactive dental experience before, but when I got my tongue pierced, and by the way, I've taken my tongue piercing off my new job. No more piercing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had the thing for 22 years.
Did it close up like in 3 hours?
It closes in 8 hours, so I took it out on Friday. Like I went in to sign the paperwork for the job, and like I had my tongue piercing in, and then I was like, okay, I'll take the tongue piercing out. And I was like, want me to do it now? She's like, yeah. So I took it out in front of her, in front of the human resource person, because I was like, we had a deal. But they at least the guy who I first got my tongue pierced made me hold the clamps on my tongue
What?
while they pierced
You
it.
pierced your own tongue.
No, well, I was involved in the process.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, I didn't want to be involved. I want to be passive.
Did that just
Can't take
hurt like
any
crazy?
kind of pain like that.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, that was kind of one of the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I have anxiety, as I talked about in the podcast before. And I was like, but at the time I didn't really think it was anxiety. I just thought it was like fear. And I'm like, if I can sit down and face getting a hole punched through my tongue, then like everything else would be like less difficult to confront. I'm like, I can handle this. I have the memory of like letting someone punch a hole through my tongue.
Isn't that what people say about skydiving? Like, if you can skydive, you can just do whatever.
If you can
Yes.
skydive and survive, then you can do whatever.
But I
and
don't
if
think
you don't survive, it doesn't fucking matter.
But I don't think it's true because like there's like little things like molehills that become mountains to me that I can't do. And it's like, and so like eventually I got diagnosed, and I'm like, okay, it's a chemical thing. Like you just can't like overcome chemicals with memories. But at the time I was 23. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be the foundation of my
It's called your
confronting my
fight or
fears.
flight response.
Yeah.
When your anxiety takes over, it is a chemical thing.
Yeah, it
has
doesn't-
nothing
it-
to do with thoughts. It's all chemicals.
I know. Well, see, but now it's the therapist said it, so
Yeah,
it's true.
therapist.
It's all chemicals. Yeah.
Bam, therapist did.
Covered. Boom.
Got that from How I Met Your Mother. Therapist did. But we got kind of derailed things. Anyway.
What kind of job did you get?
Oh, same thing I'm doing, criminal defense.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
cool.
employed full time, so I don't have to be self-employed
Right.
or as an independent contractor, which has its ups and downs. But stability would be nice until they fire me.
So what's
Or
your
until I
running
quit.
bet? How long do you think
Right.
you're gonna stay?
Over under 6 months.
Over under 6
I'm gonna put it up on
months.
Facebook and be like, hey, start your own betting pool if you're a little more specific. Be like, okay, I got 3 months, 2 days. I'm gonna post in Theater School Rejects. Be like, hey, if you guys want to bet a pool,
We'll just keep tabs of it.
You don't gotta
every
tell-
show. Hey,
you
it's
don't
been
gotta
a
tell me
month.
what you
Look,
took,
it's the first
just be
Saturday.
like,
who had the third Saturday? Because we're here and he quit. So
I would
who
love
gets
it.
the pool?
I would love it if I come in and like Amanda's just taking money, and I'm like, what's this about? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I just want to bet. That's all.
Do you ever do these podcasts and think, am I going to look back at this in 20 years or 1 year and feel like I shouldn't have said that, or that was really stupid, or
Well, I've only edited one comment out.
Really?
So far I've been doing 67 episodes. I've edited out, I think, about 2.5 minutes of content.
Okay.
So no, I am.
That
problem.
thing, I'm like, yeah, it's like I don't even like. See, that's part of my thing of why I don't like getting into debates with people on Facebook or social media in general. Because I'm like, I don't want to look back at that and be like, why did I even bother? You know, like that just sounded silly.
Well, yeah, I don't
If
know.
you get super famous and they're like,
They scroll through your
Nobody
social
said
media.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What happened with?
on this day.
What's his name? The director of Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn.
Oh yeah.
See, that's why I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm just gonna Bernie my funeral. You know, I don't have to waste my time worrying about getting famous. When I die, then I'll just be famous.
What happened with that?
Oh, James Gunn got fired by Disney
Oh.
because they
okay.
found like old tweets,
Disney's fucking weird.
and it was like
though.
satirical tweets. Like it was, and the thing it was like the people who were like saying they were racist tweets are like racist. Like they were super right wing, and they were bragging about bringing him down because he's a liberal.
Internet trolls.
Disney, the creator of those films, like Sleeping Beauty and Beauty and the Beast. that
Yeah, come on in.
make,
All right, and that's going to be the end of Theater School Rejects, episode 67. Thanks again for Felize. Is there any place?
Thank you.
So where are you performing again?
I'm performing, Glendale in a couple weeks, and then Sal's on February 4th.
And where can people find you on Twitter or?
I'm not on Twitter. You can
Cool.
find me on Instagram, Felize G.
Anything you want to promote?
Sure. I'm going to be at the Ice House on Saturday, January 19th, 9 o'clock. A few others, you can find me at The Chupa Dog on Instagram, on Twitter, and Michael J. Chupa on Facebook.
The Chupa
Thank
Dog,
you, Doug.
because you are so ghetto.
That's my rap
You're
name.
like you're so street.
Yeah.
And Amanda Therapist does not have a website for reasons.
I do not. I just do this for fun. It's just for fun for me. I'm not making a career, but I will plug therapy. It's okay not to be okay. You can ask for help. You're not gonna die if you ask for help. It's okay. I will. plug
Depending
that.
who you ask for help, because there are serial killers out there. All right, and you can find me DougXComedy.com.